year 1793, and this is the Channel 4 French news show. I am American reporter Jason Camp, and sitting next to me is my co-anchor Matthew Bryant. If anything happens in France, we will be there. We have breaking news right now, and our co-anchor Matt is going to tell us.
Well, Jason, currently down in town square, there seems to be a bit of a dispute over what is going to happen exactly with the vote. And the vote is to decide if the king should be executed or not.
Yes, the vote literally does hold the fate of this king, and there's three things that the people can vote for. They can vote for the execution of the king, for the king to be not executed, or executed to subject of delaying conditions. And I have just heard from my colleagues that the vote is in, and Matt is going to tell us what is the fate of this king.
Okay, so the tally is in, folks. And the way it stands right now is the votes against execution is a tally of 288. Votes that hold him subject to a variety of delaying is 72. And the vote for execution is 361. This means that the king will be killed on the guillotine.
I'd like to warn everybody at home that the king will die, and it might be disturbing to some viewers.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, I have just heard that the king is dead. He was decapitated by guillotine. I have also heard that the people are now celebrating or happy that the king is dead because they think that it'll help his economic issues. Matt, will you tell us why the king is dead? I'm sure the people want to know.
I would be more than happy to. The reason the king is dead is because the people have decided that he has become a poor leader and cannot make his own decisions. Examples of this is that the taxes that he has been giving out are astronomical. Due to partially the 7 Years' War and the war helping the American Revolution War. And what that has done is it has given France absolutely no money to spend or do anything for the people. And this means that even simple necessities such as just bread is so expensive that people can no longer purchase it. People are starving to death, and this is an extreme issue that needed to be addressed, and this was the people's best way of doing this.
Matt is correct. It is really down to the economic situation that the king was killed. And to give a little bit more information that Matt was delivering on the economic situation, I have to tell you what the people are going through. On a daily basis, people would usually buy bread, they would buy their drinks, they would get their food for their family. But because of the prices the king is making and the taxes that he's rising to unproportional levels that are really destroying the lives of these people, the bread has raised 3 times the amount that it would usually be. And the taxes have raised double. So that means to sustain life is almost impossible. So that's why the people really went and decided something has to change. And now that the king is dead, the revolution can really get a move on now. And the revolution, if you don't know, was really caused because of this economic issue. And the economic issue being the things that we just explained a few seconds ago. Now, you're probably wondering, what is the revolution and why did the revolution happen? The revolution is the French people are really upset with what the king was doing. And the reason they were upset is because of those issues that I explained, plus that he was just being a lousy leader. He really wasn't paying attention to the citizens. Another cause of the revolution was because of the state's effective bankruptcy. Due to this enormous cost of previous wars, particularly the financial strain caused by French participation in the American Revolutionary War, the national debt amounted to some 1,000 to 2,000 million, which is a lot of money. The social burdens caused by the war included the huge war debt, made worse by the loss of France's colonial possessions in North America and the growing commercial dominance of Great Britain. France's ineffective and antiquated financial system was unable to manage the national debt, something which was both partially caused and exacerbated by the burden of inadequate systems of taxation.
What you want me to do with this? Eat it? Happy birthday to the ground!